Without a doubt, I believe that one of the things that we take for granted the most is the camera, digital camera especially. Pretty much any electronic device that you buy is camera enabled in one way or another, or it accepts camera files. And I'll never forget that I relied on film cameras. My first digital camera arrived in 2010, and that's one of those things that I was severely influenced into wanting and having. And that was because all of my friends in school had their version of digital cameras. And, in the age of social media, everyone kept uploading pictures, and I kept wondering how it is that they would do it. And they had so much time to scan pictures and upload into the internet. But then I learned that it was actually that they had digital cameras. I really, for some reason, had a little bit of a tough time with absorbing what a digital camera was until I was told to imagine that it's like taking a picture in my cell phone, but that instead of using a cell phone, I actually have an object, a camera that specializes in taking pictures. But I'll never forget how excited I was about my first digital camera, because that meant I could take unlimited pictures about anything and everything, and I could preview the photo that I had just taken and make sure that it wasn't fuzzy and that I was capturing the memory exactly as it was. But then the problem was that since I didn't have a film to develop, I didn't have a printed version of pictures. But then I thought, do I really want to have a printed photo of these flowers? I can go on Google and find pictures of flowers. I can go outside and find actual live flowers. So why am I upset about not being able to have this already printed for me if I want to access this? One of the things that used to make me sad about film cameras was that you have this perfect shot, perfect look, perfect outfit, perfect moment that you want to capture at nighttime, but then people's eyes be coming off red, or the flash just isn't strong enough, or it just comes out fuzzy because you didn't realize that the camera lens had not really sharpened the photo by locking into the subject or whatever the hell it does, to where, at least on iPhones, there's like this yellow square that comes up and that becomes the subject, and you can focus on it or be out of focus if you tap somewhere else on the screen, and then your face blurs. But I just remember that mom got mad one time because I took her camera. We only had one camera in the house, and it was a really good quality camera. And I remember that I started taking selfies with it. And when she developed the film, she was mad that I had used it for that. And I said, well, Mom, it's just that I want to take pictures like my friends do. And I just feel strange that I go years without taking a picture now, unless I am in school and it's picture day. Eventually, we met a friend who had a digital camera that he was really proud of and really into. I saw the picture files in the computer, and I really started exploring a picture file. And I zoomed in as far as I could using a picture editing software. And I was like, wow, the level of detail that I can see in this picture when I zoom in is amazing. I remember that there was a picture of my mom's eyes, and her eyes are green, like hazel green. And I remember I zoomed into her eyes, and I could see the reflection of the guy who took that picture. I was so impressed by that I said, I need to get me a digital camera right now. So eventually I got one of those. I think it was like a $40 one that they had at Walmart at the time. And man, that thing was my best friend for 4 years until the battery died. And then after that, I didn't have a camera for the longest time until I got my iPhone. But the sad thing about my iPhone is that I stopped taking pictures after my digital camera died, which is not really dead. All I have to do is find a new battery, but I don't want to do all that. I just remember that when I got my iPhone, I'm like, yeah, I can take unlimited photos and I can instantly upload them, as opposed to having to wait for me to get home and use a computer. And the computer that I first had did not have a card reader. I had to get the card reader separately. A friend gave it to me. It's like an USB with a port for your SD card to go in. I just remember that one day it just hit me that ever since I have my iPhone, I don't take pictures anymore. I don't take as many pictures anymore, which is strange because now with that tool, it should be easier and faster and more efficient for me to take pictures. And on top of that, if I upload pictures as I go, I can free up this memory. Whereas having a digital camera, it would be best for me to have multiple SD cards, which I did. I had 3 SD cards and I never really filled them up. I only filled one up, and it was because I decided to save some music files in there as well. But I just remember my biggest anxiety was forgetting my SD card and then something happening and me wanting to take a video or something, which I only took videos using my digital camera for when I would record takeoffs and landings. When one time I tried to do my very first video ever, my very first vlog ever, I just wanted the experience of me editing a video for myself. And it was, I added music to a video. I had myself doing silly things. I had like a hat and glasses. Let's see, that was in 2012. Little did I know that 4 years after that, I would actually start legitimately vlogging and whatnot. But yeah, it was just sad that I didn't have advanced tools during this time. But when mom got me my digital camera, I feel like I didn't use it to its full extent. But I did become pretty familiar with all the filters that it had, like the beauty filter, quick photo snap mode, and all of these different modes that I now forget. It was strange for me to take a picture by looking through a screen as opposed to using the scope of the camera. And of course, since you had a digital camera, you were notified of when you would just run out of space. But if you guys remember, when you're using a film camera, when you take your last photo, that thing starts reeling like crazy, and then your camera is like stuck in like a rewinding fashion. And then that's when you have to drop it off at Walmart and develop it, and they would be done within either half an hour or a couple of hours. I don't remember. You know, you actually had to wait to see your pictures, and I thought that was wild. But I was super excited about my ability to take essentially unlimited photos. Once I did my initial investment in my camera, that was it. And then another thing I had to get used to was making sure that my camera had a full battery, which I would definitely make sure of that. And I started taking it to school. I started taking it every time we would go out. I just wanted to have a camera on me just for the perfect moment. So I turned life into a perfect moment just to justify taking photos. And that was around the time I started taking endless pictures of myself when I was a teen, and I said, I want to find the look, the angle, the eyebrow shape, the hairstyle, the glasses frame that just suit me the most, suit me the best. Or do I look best without glasses? I took over 2,000 photos just exploring my face, my style, and I thought these colors are the kinds of colors that look best with me. I have determined that the colors that look best on me are navy blue, teal, royal blue, maroon, black, white, and whatever shade between magenta and pale pink is, that would be my best pink color. I also determined at what length I like my hair. And it was insane. That is also when I determined that I was never again going to wear makeup. And to this day, I still haven't worn makeup ever since. Maybe the last time I did was about 5 years ago, and it was because I was trying something based on some clothes that I had bought that I said, maybe if I apply some shadow, it would really enhance some features. But I said, man, who am I kidding? This is me painting my face like a clown. I don't do that. Yeah, you guys, my initial reaction to digital cameras was I was exultant, but I was sad that I couldn't get to it immediately. But I just knew that I would love taking pictures a lot. And something else that I like to do was if I saw moss or just animals that were unlikely to be seen somewhere, like say in my backyard, I had deer a few nights ago. I thought, wow, I need a picture of that because I don't believe it. You know, things like that. And I would have never taken a photo of my breakfast, what I cook, using a film camera. I find that now that with digital cameras, you take pictures of stuff that you wouldn't have thought about taking pictures of. Or like clouds. Maybe meteorologists have been taking pictures of the atmosphere, you know, forever. But as an average person, you may look at some clouds and you're like, this sunset is really nice. It really sucks that my camera does not see what I see, but at least I have an opportunity of sort of capturing what I saw, and maybe you can throw it into a photo editing software and help you achieve the shades of the sky exactly as you saw it. It's just an endless world of possibilities that were open for you. And if you're not artistic, this gives you a chance to be able to capture something and then perhaps throw it on the computer and then do stuff to it, you know? That was the exciting part for me. All right, guys, well, there you have it. That's all I have to say about how I felt about digital cameras and how I feel about them now. I'm just very grateful to have them because there would be no Zam, as you know, without a digital camera, especially one that comes with me everywhere, such as in my phone. Let me know if you guys love to take pictures, if you guys love to take videos. What do you take photos of, and what kind of videos do you make, or what would you make videos of if you found it in you to make them? But yeah, for me, I have always liked cameras, and I think that I inherited that from mom because she used to do photography stuff at some point. I think it was informal freelancing. It was nothing like she actually took courses for that. Maybe she did, but I may not be remembering. But I just knew that when I was in middle school, I just really had a thing for cameras. And I was excited when I finally got my hands on one. All right, guys, thanks so much for tuning in, and I will see you soon.